This is Jolie here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Kalle Sauerland here. A different fight week for yourself, obviously. Wasserman boxing is what we see you doing most weeks. Obviously, kind of being Chris Eubank Jr.
It's a Misfits week, my friend. This week is Misfits. My first ever crossover boxing fight week. I'm probably more excited than anyone else because I don't know what's going to happen next. But no, it's fantastic. We have a sold-out O2 on Saturday night. Big pay-per-view event on DAZN, and yeah, it's crazy when you see things that don't work in normal boxing work in this form of boxing. It's just totally different. Went out yesterday with our merchandise. In real boxing, it's, you know, merchandise is the two fighters on a t-shirt and you hope you sell a few hundred. This one is, you know, it's a whole collection. Went out last night and it totally sold out in 60 minutes. The whole lot, yeah. So we're getting some more in. Should drop some later on today, but insane numbers. You know, really incredible.
How did this link-up come about? I know you've known KSI for quite a while, over a year now. So this has kind of been in the works. How did it all happen?
Yeah, I mean, I've been friendly with Mams Taylor, KSI's manager, since we were kids. Grew up in North London together, and you know, he came on to me and said, "Look, you know, you've obviously been doing boxing for 20-something years around the world. We got this idea to put this together." Sat down with KSI and him, and within half an hour we'd agreed a format of doing it. Came up with Misfits Boxing. It's important that people understand this is not about one event. This is about a crossover promotional company, second to none in that segment. So, you know, we're going to have events in October, November, and KSI is not just the boxer in this; he's a promoter. And forget all the promoters on planet Earth put together, rolled into one, from Eddie, Frank, Bob, myself, whoever it is, roll them all into one, times it by 1,000. And none of us have the ability to promote like KSI does. It's simply, you know, the numbers are insane. When I say the numbers are beyond any fight in boxing, the ability that they have to create attention. Outside of that boxing space, a lot of it, but the numbers are insane. Just go and have a look at them yourself online.
So when you say he's going to be promoting, are you talking like proper in the middle, on the stand, this fight is from the hyping up the fights, that style?
Yeah, I mean, you know, ultimately in this day and age, it's a little bit different to back in the day when it was the promoter on site. Now it's all online. So, I mean, what format it is, he obviously is, you know, he's a #1 rapper in the charts. He's got his energy drink company. He's doing 100 different ventures. But one thing I would say, forget the promotional part, the boxing side of it, he takes as serious as any pro. Trains twice a day. He also has the financial advantage over many novices, is that he can travel with his training team. They're always with him. If he's touring, he trains like a pro wherever he is. Sparring partners travel with him, so he's really dedicated to living this life. And it's something. It's not. If you look at his other ventures, it's not just about money. It's about something that he loves doing. It's genuine.
You mentioned there was 4 shows. I saw somewhere, I'm not sure how correct this is, so you can let me know. 2 of those are going to be pay-per-view, 2 won't.
Well, it's 4 shows that we're announcing now, but there's already a lot of shows to be announcing. But it's not like it's 4 shows and then we're going to go away. Those are the first 4 shows. Plan is to have a show, obviously the show at the O2 this weekend. There'll be another one in the UK. There'll be another one in the States, all before Christmas. Then another big one, or bigger one on pay-per-view after that, and we'll roll from there.
What sort of fighters are we going to see on those undercards if KSI isn't fighting?
There will be crossover fighters. That's the segment we're going for. You're not going to see us mixing, sort of bringing in pro fights. And I know it's been done in the past, but our goal is just to focus on, with Misfits, just to focus on crossover boxing. Very much different to our normal Wasserman boxing business, which of course is just the pro game.
So when you say a pay-per-view one after a couple of those, is KSI going to be fighting this year or next year?
Well, let him get through the 2 fights he's got to do on Saturday, and then let's talk. But of course, you know, he wants to stay active now. He's been out 1,000 days. he has to fight 2 opponents on Saturday. He has to fight a rapper, Swarms, who's never had a fight before. So to prepare for a man like that, it's a big fella. We'll see him up here later on. Big fella, and then he goes on and fights a Mexican, pro boxer. So it's like, okay, 1,000 days out the ring, that's quite an ask for someone who himself is still a novice by his own admission. Very different. He's going to be opening the show with that first fight. So no time for finding your seats and stuff like that. 7 o'clock, he's been ring walking for the Swarms fight. And then the last fight of the evening, if he comes through that, will be against the Mexican Pineda.
Okay, what level is this fight? Semi-pro, professional? What are the rules and regulations?
Call it what you want to call it. It's 3 rounds, 10-ounce gloves. So yeah, no, it's he'll go down on his pro record.
And it's sanctioned by the PBA as well?
All sanctioned by the PBA.
Just on kind of the rest of the undercard, what do you make of obviously KSI's brother fighting FusiTube as well? He's 0-3, but this is FusiTube looks ripped.
For me, you can look at the KSI storyline of the 2 opponents. Every fight has a bit of a storyline behind it. I'm learning them myself as we go along here a bit, because Mams is looking after that side of it a lot. But the story of having had 3 fights, having lost the 3 fights, and still wanting it, and once again, he's not in a position where he has to fight to put bread on the table. He's in a position because he loves to do this. He's been beaten 3 times. Now he's got to fight Fusi, who is a very good fighter, by all accounts, in that segment. And he's got to beat him to realise his dream of winning a pro fight. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.